You hear, so let your ears guide your eyes. Look for the stealthy hyenas who stay hidden by day.
Restore your attention at Kilimanjaro Safaris.
To our right, there's a creature over there known as an okapi. The okapi are mostly dark brown, but they do have those white stripes on their legs. Down in the pond to our left, there's a very large black and white bird. That is a saddle-bill stork. You can see its beak. It looks like it has a saddle on it. That one is a female. I can tell because she has yellow eyes. Males, like the one on our right, brown eyes. That is a black rhino. That's one of 2 rhino species we might get to see while out on the reserve. Over here to our left, there's a different antelope species, the bongo. Bongos are kind of an orangish-brown color with vertical light-colored stripes on their sides. Both male and female will have horns. They're kind of angled backwards. The angle of their horns helps them to be able to pass quickly through the dense underbrush without getting their horns stuck on things. Alright, well now we are headed towards the edge of the forest. We'll be going through the Safi River system to get there. While we make our way through here, keep an eye in and around the water. That's usually where the animals here will be. We might find some hippos too. They are nocturnal though, so they sleep and rest for most of the day, and they tend to sleep mostly, if not fully, underwater. Helps them to avoid the heat. There's a lot of birds down there. A lot of those pelicans that they look a bit gray. They are, however, known as pink-back pelicans. You know, they get a bit of a flush to them. It shows through the feathers on their back, especially. Oh, out in the distance to our left. I think I saw a hippo over this way, up on land. So let's get over there. Now, they spend a lot of time in the water, but they will come up onto land, too. That is where they find their food. A hippo's primary food source is just grass. There they go, they're making their way away from the rivers, probably in search of that food. And they will eat grass as well as other vegetation too. So despite the content of their diet, they have large, sharp tusks. They can be very territorial, so it is best to give them plenty of space. Especially considering that despite their size, sometimes reaching weights around 5,000 pounds, hippos can easily outrun humans. Now if you look way in the back, there is a Nile crocodile out there. Way far in the shady area. The Nile crocodile are the largest species of crocodile in Africa. They can reach lengths around 15 feet. And if food is scarce, crocodile may go months at a time without eating anything. Alright, well now we are making our way out of the dense forest area onto the more wide open savanna. Out here we might find some of the more famous, easily recognized animals like giraffe. You might already be able to see some giraffe out and about.
Giraffe.
There's a lot more than them out here though, and we never really know who all we're going to find until we're out here. The giraffe, though, can be a little bit easier to spot far away even, since they are the tallest land animals. They reach heights around 18 to 20 feet tall. There's also some zebras up ahead on our right, and looks like some Ankoli cattle and some wildebeest as well. Now, there are different species of zebra and giraffe. One of the ways to tell them apart is by looking at the patterns and markings that they have on their coats. Each one's pattern is unique, kind of like a fingerprint. The massive horns on those Ankoli cattle are there for more than just their looks. They help them regulate their body temperature. The painted dogs have a mixed tan, dark brown, and white blotchy coloration to their coats. They've also got big ears and fluffy white tails. They look really cute. They're not house pets though. They are very successful hunters. Their success rate in hunting is greater than that of lions. So when they set out to catch prey, very likely that they are going to do so. Over here to our left, there's a couple different antelope species. On the far left, there are sable antelope. They have a beautiful dark brown coat, a pair of long, slender, curved back horns. And then there's also some springbok. Those are the ones with the tan back, white underside, dark brown stripe in the middle. The springbok are pretty small, usually less than 3 feet tall. They're quite the athletes though. They can reach speeds around 50 to 60 miles an hour. The wildebeest over to our right, they are pretty well known for their migration. At one point, there were so many wildebeest in the wild, you could find over 1 million of them. So we should be able to get pretty close to the giraffe up ahead here. Now you probably noticed up on top of a giraffe's head, they have those 2 little protrusions up there. Those are not horns. Those are something a little bit different, known as ossicones. Ossicones are typically covered in skin and fur. They're made of more of a bone-like material on the inside.
Another giraffe is the mommy giraffe. Is that the mommy that you're eating?
There's more giraffe on this side, Mings.
That's mommy's phone. That's a baby giraffe and that's another giraffe.
Yeah, that's a brother or sister.
Alright, well, that was fun. Let's go see some more animals. We're heading into elephant territory over this way, so see if we can find some elephants out here. They are the largest land animals, so when they're out and about, they tend to be pretty hard to miss. They'll cover a very large territory though, so sometimes it can take some searching to find where they're at. It did look like there was a mandrill monkey on the rocks over to our left, so we're going to kind of circle around there and see if we can get another eye on him again. The mandrills are the largest species of monkey. Males can reach weights around 100 pounds. Female mandrills are actually about half the size of the males, so the ones further back are full-grown females. Now there is an elephant up ahead on our right. Oh yeah, looks like he's having a bit of a snack maybe. There has been a bit of human-elephant conflict, though the conflict has been helped by some research that Disney conservationists were involved in, thanks to the Disney Conservation Fund, into how elephants communicate. They learned that elephants have a unique call that they'll use to warn each other about bees. Not a fan of bee stings. They tend to avoid any areas where bees are found. So using that information, they were able to develop beehive fences. Beehives at the perimeter of farmland will work as a very effective deterrent for elephants without causing them any harm or disrupting the environment. That's going to benefit farmers additionally with some pollination from those bees and with another source of income, the honey that bees produce. You could learn more about that online at theelephantsandthebees.com. You could even learn how you can help out the elephants as well. It looked like there were more elephants a little bit further out in the area to our left. So we'll make our way over in their direction. Other side of these rocks and trees here, kind of hard to see. I bet in this little pond, though, there are some flamingos. These are greater flamingos. They're the largest species and typically the lightest pink. They are well known for their pink coloration, but that is because of their diet. They turn pink because of the very high concentrations of carotene and things like the brine shrimp that they eat. Areas for animals like rhinos and warthogs. They'll wallow around in the mud in order to cool down on the hotter days, but also having mud on their skin has many benefits for them, including acting as a bit of a sunblock. Rhinos have thick skin, but they are still susceptible to sunburn. It does look like they've been through here since there's a bit of mud scraped off into these rocks and trees. Over here on the left, the very far left edge of the clearing, there's a cheetah just laying down with her back towards us. There's another one a little further to her right. They are the fastest land animals. They can reach speeds over 60 miles an hour in as little as about 3 seconds. On this large rock formation hanging out in the shade of the trees, there are some lions. The lions will spend around 16 to 20 hours out of every day sleeping and resting. They tend to sleep away the daytime hours. They will be most active at night. Right next to our pathway on either side, these are a species of rhino known as white rhino. A white rhino and black rhino are just names. They're not descriptions. They're kind of that grayish color. Very often covered in whatever mud they can find and wallow around in. The white rhinos are a bit bigger. They can reach weights in the 5,000 to 6,000 pound range. They have very wide mouths, which are better suited to grazing on the grass of the savanna area than the black rhino's pointed upper lip. There we go, kind of see the warthogs in amongst those rocks out there to the left. They're just relaxing, they blend in very well. Out here, the warden has this little outpost they've set up with an area to keep some Nigerian dwarf goats. Cute little creatures. They look like they may still be kids, but these are all full-grown adults. They are very friendly and social. Their small size makes them a good choice for farmers, since they'll take up a lot less land than other cattle, while still producing a very sweet milk, considered to be highly valuable. Safari, you'll be near the entrance to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. That's a self-guided walking trail that is stroller and wheelchair accessible. Typically lasts around 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your pace though, so you can take as little or as long as you like. As the name implies, there is an area out there where you may find some gorillas, as well as a whole bunch of other awesome African animals. As we make our way back towards the edge of the village, though, now be a pretty good time to start gathering up all of your personal belongings. Before you go, make sure you take one last look around your road just to make sure that nothing's fallen out of any bags or pockets along the way. If you have any wilderness explorers on board, you're going to want to know that you have been traveling on board the Simba 1. That is Simba, S-I-M-B-A, and the number 1. Once again, my name is Justin. And out here in Giraffe, we don't really like to say goodbye. Instead, we prefer to use the Swahili phrase, kwaherini. Kwaherini translates to go well. Hope you all will go well. Have a great rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, or wherever else your adventures may take you.